Hey guys, welcome back to another review on our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another install on the 2014 Street Glide. Now ever since I installed the rear air and the center stand, and I put both switches down here on the firewall. Now guys, let me tell you, when you put your hand in there to let the air out and the center stand down, you've got to watch the back of your hand. You burn the back of your hand. I'm sure anybody that's ran air or center stands probably ran into that issue. Now there's some options out there, guys. You can get the switches that are made that go up here on your dashboard, which I didn't really care for. I've seen a bunch of them and just never really cared for them, so I left the switches down here on my firewall. Now outside of the switches that go on the dashboard, I didn't really know that there were other options, guys. I thought you really pretty much either had to put them on your firewall down here with the existing switches that they send you with the air and the center stand, or get the switches that mount up here. I have seen some thumb ones that go on some bikes, but you've got enough thumb stuff going on up here now that that wasn't going to be an option for me. And I was just sitting there reading in the Facebook forums the other night, and a dude on there asked a question about a piece that replaces the horn that has actually put your ignition and all your switches on one piece. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I wonder if they make one without the ignition that just has the switches that goes there. And sure enough, they do. I read down in the comments and finally found the guy. And it's Shane over at AF Customs. He's out in Bakersfield, California. I messaged him and he got right back to me, guys, and I had several questions for him. At first, I got a picture of the one with the ignition, and I really don't want to relocate my ignition or anything. I just wanted switches up here so I could get them off the firewall and quit burning my hand every other time I stick my hand in there to let the air out and the center stand down. After telling Shane what I wanted, he showed me a picture of this bad boy right here, and this is what I ordered. This piece right here actually comes all pre-wired. It hooks straight into your wiring that you already have. So there's enough pre-wire on here to go from the horn all the way back to the batteries. Now the wires are braided, heat shrunk on the ends, keep from moisture and stuff getting in there. Both ends, guys, and it has enough, like I said, wire to get all the way back to the battery box. Now guys, you can get this piece right here. It's going to have 3 holes in it, but you can get 2 switches, or you can get the additional switch for a center stand, which I had him go ahead and put in. And so now I have 3 switches, but as most of you guys know, I don't have front air on my bike yet, but we do have a switch for front air, rear air, and center stand. Now if we do decide to go ahead and put front air on it this winter, I will already have a switch for it, so that's kind of cool. As of right now, I would just crimp that side off and leave it back by the battery box. So what I'm going to do to save some time on the video, because I'm going to have to remove quite a bit of stuff here to get this installed. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull my bags and my seat and my tank and stuff like that and get it all wide open so I can get in there real nice and make sure that these wires get tucked up in there real nice. But I'll go ahead and cut the video, get this thing installed, and then as soon as we get it installed, I'll cut it back on and we'll see how it works. All right guys, we got everything installed and it looks amazing, and it's right up there now where I can just reach up and hit my switches. Super easy to install, guys. I only had one thing, and I had to call Shane about it, and he immediately called me right back and was an awesome help. Now guys, I'm going to get this up in the camera for you here real quick. The toggle switch for the air is very simple. Your compressor is actually grounded on its own. You're going to have 4 wires off your new switch. You're going to have a positive, a negative, and then of course your up and down. So that was very simple, guys. You just don't use the ground because it's already grounded, and then you hook 1 wire to the top and 1 wire to the bottom. The problem I ran into, and it wasn't really a problem, I just wasn't quite sure how to do it, was the toggle switch for the center stand. As you can see, this is a 6-pin, and you're only going to have 4. Now the new switch that you get from Shane only has 4 wires, and I was sitting here looking at 6. So the jumper you don't need because his is wired internally for the reverse, the up and the down of the actuator on the center stand. So basically you just cut these little toggle things off. If you have a switch like this, cut these little toggles off. You don't need them because his is already wired. And then you're going to have 4 wires. You're going to have your positive and your negative, and that of course is going to go to your red and your black. And then you're going to be left over with 2 extra wires. One's going to go to the up and one's going to go to the down. You need to just kind of touch them to that and then check your switch to make sure. If I want my center stand down, I push my toggle switch down. If I want it up, I pull it up. But you may have those wires backwards. It doesn't matter. It's going to work both ways, but just depends. It's your own personal opinion. I mean, if you want to pull up on your toggle switch and the stand goes down and down goes up, vice versa, that's your own personal preference. So just touch them to his wires and check it real quick, And like I said, I got mine the first time. I just pushed it down, the center stand went down, pulled it up, center stand went up. So very easy, guys. So installed really easy, guys. It installs right here on your horn bolt. You're just going to take a 1/2 inch deep well socket and pull this nut off and slide this right on. And the wires that come off the back kind of shoot back towards the motor. But on mine, I had to bend them up just a little bit. I wanted to run my wires up. I took my tank off and I ran my wires up into the wiring harness tray that's underneath your tank, and then brought the wires back down and went back down to the battery. Now Shane had these already pre-wired with shrink wrap on there. And one thing I want to note, as he pointed out to me on the phone this morning, if you want to bend those, heat them up just a little bit. Just take a lighter or whatever you have, heat that up just a little bit so it makes it bendy. You don't want to take the chance of pulling anything apart inside there with that shrink wrap and everything real tight. It's kind of stiff, and it's got a couple of zip ties back there, but just basically I just took a lighter and ran it back and forth and started bending it and running the lighter on it and bending it until I got it to where I wanted it to go. And I only had to bend it just a little bit, but I wanted the wires to go up. I didn't want them to go straight back and then bent at a 90 and up. So I just kind of curved them up, guys. So basically just pull the nut and washer off, leave your horn on, slide this on, and it is slotted so you can move it up and down. But once you slide that on, put your washer and your 1/2 inch acorn nut back on there and tighten it back down, and you're good to go. That's all there is to actually mounting that switch. And then of course the switches themselves, they're all waterproof, so you're good to go on that. They're little mini waterproof switches. So in the middle now I have my air, and on the end over here I have my center stand. And that leaves the front one right here for my front air. If and when hopefully I get that, this will be for the front. Just a little side note there, guys, I do not have the fast up tank. If you have the fast up tank, your toggle switch and wiring system may be different. I'm not sure, but mine's just a compressor, and it is grounded at the back, so I didn't need the ground wire on that. So that's pretty well it, guys. A very short video. It's a simple thing to install, and once again, if you can turn a wrench, you can do that at home. No need to take it anywhere and have that installed. Now, one side note on the wiring, guys, when I got it, when I tested everything and made sure that's the way I wanted it to go, I wired it together, and then I used some shrink wrap to put around the wiring, because you just have bare wire ends now. You're going to cut your wires and strip them, and I wired them together, and then I put some nice heat shrink over it to kind of water seal it in and make it tight. It's definitely not going to come off now. So now I have new switches, and I don't have to burn the back of my hand anymore. So. Now, if you look at this picture right here, Shane also sells this one. That's going to eliminate your horn, guys, and moves your ignition switch down here. So if you guys are doing a custom build and you want to move your ignition switch, that's an awesome place to put it. But it does, however, eliminate the horn. So if you want to get your hands on one of these bad boys, get up with Shane at AF Customs. Once again, look him up on Facebook, and I'll put a link to it down in the description so you can just click it. You may have to click on the show more down in the bottom of the description to find the link, but the link to him will definitely be down there. So if you're interested, get up with him, and he can hook you up with one of these. Like I said, they come in chrome, and they also come in black, so you have a couple of options there too. If you guys are murdering out your bikes and you want a black one, you can get that. So as in all my videos, guys, I like to touch on customer service. You guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, you can have the best product on the market. You could be the only one selling that product. If you got crappy customer service, guys, you're not going to get any of my money. Shane was absolutely amazing and answering all my questions, quick about it, and thoroughly answered them, and made me feel a lot better about making my purchase. So if you have any questions about that, you can hit me in the comment box down below, or of course you can ask Shane over there at AF Customs. I'm sure he can answer your questions a lot better than I could. But if you have any questions on this or this particular install, drop it in the comment box down below, and I'll try to help you the best that I can. So if this video did help you guys, please hit that like and subscribe button. It lets you guys know when we put a new video online, and it helps us keep the channel alive and lets us know that you're out there and these videos are helping you. Every single time we do the smallest upgrade to the biggest upgrade on the scooter, we try to get it on video for you so you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want that particular product on your bike. And I really appreciate the hell out of it, guys. All you guys have jumped on in the last couple of months. It's been amazing meeting all you new guys. So pretty great that I can call Shane a new friend too out there at AF Customs. He's did me right. and it was a really cool dude, answered all my questions. So get up with him if you want to get that switch. And until the next video review, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze.